boys, we are back. Obviously, in the last video, I spoke about I was like excited for the near future, things like that. We had a couple good calls booked, like final calls, where we were going to obviously be sort of pitching, things like that. We had them, some cancelled, some didn't, and I think this just goes to show like not everything goes to plan. And that's just the unfortunate truth. It's something that obviously we're learning along the way. We had in our mind that there was going to be like 6k in retainers that were going to be booked this week. Unfortunately, that wasn't the case. So it is hugely frustrating. But like they're still sort of in the books, but they're not. They haven't obviously. There's no money in the stripe from them, you know. So we're. I think the valuable lesson I've learned here is just to not like. I feel like when I found out we had those calls and we were all prepared and all this and that, it was like I kind of got a bit complacent. I kind of stopped doing as much outreach, started focusing purely on like making sure everything else was going to be okay for those calls and stuff, which was good to do. But we should have it at a level where like there's like a baseline of outreach done regardless, because that's how we got those calls at the end of the day. Like, want it to be at a stage where if we lose one or two off the back end, we have enough in the pipeline to sort of counteract it. Whereas right now, to be truthfully honest, we don't. And it was like we were banking like a lot on a few people closing this week, and then they didn't. So it's obviously just a lesson being taught to us. I can't like sit here and dwell on it. We just got to get on with it and go from there. Um, Unfortunately, that's just how this goes, and we're learning that lesson now, and I'm thankful for it. It stings and it hurts, but I know, I know that I know it's worth it in the end, and I know all these lessons that we're being taught are going to be valuable in the future. So I'm beyond thankful for them, and I'm still excited for the near future. I'm just not as, I'm just getting on with it now. I'm not getting too excited. I'm not running purely off motivation. I'm just getting on with it and just moving the needle forward as much as I can every single day, because truth be told, that shit is hard to do every single day, especially when you don't want to do it. When there's clients fucking you about, people taking forever to send stuff over, and that's just the game of it. And I think it's just getting used to all of that and understand that it's not all gonna be fucking highs and dopamine filled. And obviously we know that, but it's like just getting to the point where it's like it's easy to say you know it, and then when you're in that situation, like the feelings you feel are still like you can't. It's hard to look outside of them, but look, we're getting on with it. We're moving forward, and I'm still excited for the near future. But there are clearly lots of highs and lows of this, and lessons to be learned. That we're getting there. We just got to keep going. But look, just wanted to update. I know it was like what 12 days or whatever, but it was just trying to recover from sort of everything. Like I was trying to get other things in the pipeline and stuff, and we've got more calls and stuff booked, but it's just, yeah, it's just making that a consistent thing. As you can tell, sleep isn't very optimal right now, but look, we're getting there, and that is all that matters. Going to continue to keep pushing forward, and yeah, things do feel good, but I'm just not getting excited by a result that hasn't actually been achieved yet, you know. Thank you for anyone that watches this. Gonna keep updating this, obviously, and Godspeed.